I think in 10 to 15 years, the world is going to be, unfortunately, more lost than it already is. Only 4% of this generation right now knows Jesus Christ. And I think when Gen Z grows up, it might get worse unless we do something now to help this future generation.
I think the world is going to look like a place where people finally can understand each other and people finally get along.
Yeah, I don't know what the future is going to look like in 10 to 15 years. Like, we can have different hopes as to what it will look like hoping the church will grow and more people will come to Jesus and things like that, but you don't know what it's going to look like in 10 to 15 years because a lot can happen in that amount of time.
I see myself teaching the gospel to people who don't have access to it.
Well, I hope to be a pastor someday. And so I'll probably be working in a church.
I see myself going into the psychology field for either children's therapy or adolescent therapy, or maybe going into marine biology.
I think it's the kids right now, Gen Z. We have a generation who is focused on the truth and what's right, whether they have a wrong view of that or not. It's I think this generation could be the generation who could spread the most truth, but also the most lies if we're not careful. And then, but I'm excited to see these kids grow up, and I have a small group, and I'm excited to see them go into their faith and into the world and just live it out.
Well, for the next 4 years, seeing how high school goes and making new friends and new connections and just enjoying this time.
Honestly, I think what scares me about the future is just the fact that it's so unpredictable, but that's also the exciting thing about it, that you never know what's going to happen.
The not knowing, because that's scary to not know what's going to happen. A lot can change in a really short amount of time.
Seeing my friends that are with me now go other ways.
Stuff that I probably shouldn't be worrying about right now, like money issues.
God has reminded me a lot that I just need to stay in here and now and where I'm at now, and just focus on the little things, the helping the kids, and just being there for people and loving people in this moment, and not wondering and thinking about what I'm going to do in the future, and just let Him guide me and be here and now.
I don't often think about the future. It's not really a thing that I want to keep my mind on.
I don't usually like to think about the future, because if you keep thinking about the future, you're just gonna end up being there. So if you don't live right now, it'll already be the future and you'll miss out on the past.
Well, my hope would be that more people grow in their faith and come to Jesus, and especially our age group. But I don't really know.
Hopefully, at least in this church, in a building, not in portable.
I think it's already so loving and accepting as it is, but I think we'll even grow more than we already have. And just with new faces of influence as we get older, I think it'll be really beautiful.
Just being kind to everyone and reaching out to people and helping them just become better versions of themselves.
I'd say what students can do today to make an impact on the future is tell the truth. I mean, nothing but the truth. Just go in your daily lives and just be truthful, be honest. I'd say also be humble, be wise, ask God for wisdom. And if you're a Christian, love people like Jesus did. I encourage everyone to love them, but especially Christians, because we are called to love people like Jesus did. You can make an impact on everyone around you if you just be loving and be kind and just be all for Jesus at the same time. You'll spread His love. Sometimes we're the only Bible people read, and that is That's a big challenge there, and we got to live up to that and just show people the love of Jesus.
I think what students can do today to make an impact on the future is just being a good and loving Christian to everyone and just being a light source.
I think it affects a lot of things because you're going to rely on that, and you're going to rely on Jesus to help you make future decisions, everything, like little decisions every day to big decisions that will impact the rest of your life. So anything really, if you're relying on that, it'll make a big impact on your future.
Because I wasn't raised Christian, I will be able to raise my family to have relationships with Jesus.
I could be like a completely different person if I wasn't a Christian. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be a bad person, but like I could be like not in the church. And all I do know is that in the future I will be happier if I walk with God.
Well, I kind of touched on this, but the amount of like our generation, Gen Z, the amount of people who have a relationship with Christ is very small. And I really want to see that number go up, and not just because it's a number, but because each of those are people, and that's more people that would have a relationship with Christ and carry that on into the future and to their kids and future generations.
More kids try to serve, put themselves out there.
I really hope that in the future people my age are coming closer to Christ and start having really intimate relationships with Jesus.
In the future, I'd like to see Christians who don't act like they live a Christian lifestyle on Sunday and then the rest of the week just go off and do their own thing. I'd like to see them live a Christian lifestyle every day of the week, not just Sunday.